Hey guys, what's cooking? Happy St. Patrick's Day, and for today's video, I thought we would make some bangers and mash. I have never made this, however, I have had basically all these items like another way, you know, because it's sausage, it's mashed potatoes, there's onions in there, like, yeah, I just have never put it all into one dish, I guess. So I thought we'd try it. This is a popular St. Patrick's Day dish. I've heard that people like pair it with things. I can't believe people add anything else to this dish. I was so full after this. Even this bowl you see, I had to put half of it in the fridge. But on the topic of pairing it with things, I did, I believe it was last year, either last year or the year before, I had done a video on Irish soda bread, which is another popular St. Patrick's Day recipe. So I will link that at the end of this video, and you can check that one out as well. That was also delicious. I love bread. I feel like I don't make bread enough. I need to make more bread. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is start prepping your potatoes. And while I am peeling my potatoes and cutting them and all that fun stuff, I am just going to go over the full list of ingredients that you need for this recipe. That way you can kind of build up your shopping trip if you're going to make this. Or build your shopping list, I guess. So you're going to want some russet potatoes or whatever potatoes you prefer. I find russet is better for mashed, so I'm a big fan of russet potatoes. But, you know, there are the creamer potatoes as well. All you're doing is making mashed potatoes. It don't totally matter. I had another reason for why I bought russet potatoes. You'll see it in a video, I don't know, maybe soon. So yeah. So we're using russet potatoes in here, and you don't want too many. So 3 large-sized potatoes is good enough. And then you'll want some butter or margarine, your preference, whichever one you prefer. And some sour cream, just a small container. We're only using like a couple of tablespoons of it. Salt and pepper, some olive oil, 1 medium yellow onion, some minced garlic, a container of beef broth. You're going to also want some cornstarch, pork sausage. Now, on the package of the sausages, you can see that they are Polish sausages. I could not find Irish sausages, or bangers, as I guess it's called. Yeah, so I just grabbed Polish. Yeah, so that's the one thing I would say if you're going for like the full-on Irish dish. Yeah, that's the missing ingredient here, I guess. But it still tasted great. I imagine there's not that huge of a difference. Okay, so starting with the potatoes. So I like to cut them up pretty small. They cook faster. Yeah, the smaller you cut your potatoes up in cubes, the faster it'll take to make the potatoes soft enough to start mashing them up for mashed potatoes. And while this is going, you can prep the rest. Okay, so you're going to start by getting a medium-sized pan and just throw some oil in there and then brown your sausage. And while this is going on, you can start by slicing an onion and get that kind of ready to go. Also, while they're in the frying pan, I was whisking together my beef broth and cornstarch. And then once the sausages are browned on each side, you can remove them from a pan. I just put them in like a little plastic container we are going to be putting them back into the pan later. And then at this point, we're going to add a tablespoon of butter to the frying pan. We're going to add our diced onions to the mix, as well as some minced garlic, and just saute that for a few minutes. And then we can also add our beef broth and cornstarch mix that we just did. And then, yeah, just simmer that until it becomes pretty thickened. And then at this point, I dealt with the potatoes at this point. So the timing's just all very perfect if you do it in this order. So yeah, while your sauce is thickening, you can strain the potatoes, start mashing them, and yeah, put whatever, it's just mashed potatoes, do whatever. Like, technically, even if you didn't have sour cream in the house, you could skip the sour cream part, right? Like, that part is just for the potatoes. Sometimes I'll throw milk in, sometimes I'll throw sour cream in, and yeah, do potatoes however you want. So at this point, I like to put my butter and sour cream in. I've also done it with like butter and just milk. And to be fair, it's never butter. It's always margarine, because I find butter to be like too tough. It's like, it's a prep ingredient where you almost have to take it out of the fridge like for 10 minutes before, whereas margarine's just nice and soft immediately. So at this point, once you're done mashing up your potatoes, you can throw the sausages back in. So basically it's a gravy sauce now, and just throw it in. This is just to heat it up basically. So yeah. And while it's heating up, I start prepping the dish. So I put the mashed potatoes in the dish, and then you just spoon over the sauce and the sausages over the mashed potatoes. Okay, so that is it. This tasted delicious. I really enjoyed this. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic St. Patrick's Day, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.